Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another premiere episode of FTP Weekly. Although going forward, ladies and gentlemen, this will no longer be known as FTP Weekly. We will be airing this called FTP NAT Chat. That stands for National Chat, and that's the purpose of this video, is to talk about the national scene, who's doing what managers are performing, and how the teams are travelling. In that sense that this is a trial video. Hopefully this will go well, but if not, I'm happy to receive any feedback on the FTP forums or in the comments section under this video when it's uploaded, and I will try and improve it. A special thanks to Camel888 who inspired me to do this video a long time ago. He wanted me to do FTP Weekly. I wasn't happy with the direction that was going, but I think this will be an ideal video for me to promote the game, and in particular the national scene, which on the forums you can see has been a bit quiet as of late. So the quick rundown of Nats in general, or national games, for people that are not aware of how it goes, maybe new users or new people to the forums. With the server updates, there are a few more people using the forums. I'll quickly run it down for you. So at the start of every season, there are national elections. On one season, it's national team, and in the following season, it's the under-19s. So whoever hosts the Senior World Cup, or sorry, the One-Day World Cup, I should say, those countries will then go up for re-election, and the community will vote on who they want to represent their country for the following 2 seasons. Once you're elected, you have 4 one-day campaigns and 2 2020 campaigns, where you will receive 2 points each for a win, 1 point for a draw, and for a loss you will receive no points. But you'll also receive points based on what standings you are in divisions. There are 3 divisions, 6 countries per division. Division 1 teams will earn an extra 2 points per game. Division 2 teams, 1 point per game. And you know where I'm going with this. Division 3, you won't get any bonuses for any games that you play. You finish in the top 2 in any division, you'll promote, or if you're in Division 1, the winning team wins the title. And the bottom 2 teams from Division 1 will drop to 2, and the bottom 2 teams from 2 drop to 3. All the points are tallied up, and at the end of the 2 seasons, the top 12 teams make the World Cup. So I'll give a quick rundown of who's in the World Cup, and this is by their rank at the end of this season. So congratulations Bermuda on being the #1 ranked team throughout the last 2 seasons. They got 66 points, 2 wins above India, followed by Kenya, the USA, Netherlands, the West Indies, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, England, and then Zimbabwe finished 12th. And to give you an indication of how important points are, Zimbabwe finished 1 point above both Bangladesh and Ireland to scrape through the tournament. And in the tournament as open as a Senior One-Day World Cup, that could prove critical. So what will happen now is these 2 teams get split into 2 groups of 6, and over the next 7 days, these teams will be fighting out for supremacy. Having a quick rundown of the teams, and if you're looking at average wage, Bermuda are first by over 1,000 wage per player, on the average wage of $24,000 per player. South Africa coming second at $22,900 per player, and Australia is third at $22,800 per player. Yet looking at the average ratings, that's a little bit different. New Zealand are first at 68,100 average rating. South Africa is still second with 67,900 average rating, so about 170 behind New Zealand, and Bermuda are less than 50 behind South Africa with 67,899. If you were able to look at all the teams and all their ratings, I've got a list of the ratings in front of me where they rank each team based on batting, bowling, keeping, and all-rounder abilities. South Africa are actually pretty much up the top 3 or 4 in all the ratings except for all-rounder. So there's no real weaknesses there. Looking at the other end of the spectrum, however, Zimbabwe is struggling. They're in the bottom 3 in most of the rankings, except surprisingly for bowling, where they're very strong. So if you don't make a decent total against Zimbabwe, you could be in a little bit of trouble. Otherwise, you should be safe. As I mentioned before, Bermuda go in as the top ranked team in terms of qualification points, but also they have the youngest team on average at 29.5 years of age. In saying that, a lot of the teams are ranking between 29.8 and 30.2 years of age, so there's not a big difference there. But that could be pivotal come fatigue management if Bermuda were to reach the later stages of the tournament, which for manager Abby I think would be a minimum expectation of making semi-finals. Just want to mention one player, Alberto Kent from the USA, who is the youngest player in the World Cup. He's only 26 years of age, so there could be plenty more World Cups for him. The question is, will the USA help him out with the first World Cup at just the age of 26? Heading towards the end of the Nat Chat, and once again, any feedback will be greatly appreciated. I'll be honest, this was a little bit rushed, and you could probably tell by the information that I've got, but in saying that, it was my birthday weekend, and with the server upgrades, and not knowing I was actually going to do a video, I haven't had a lot of time, and I wanted to get this out so a lot of people could see it before the first game. So anyone who wants to follow either the Senior One Day World Cup, or there is also the Under-19s T20 World Cup going on, once you log into your club page, below your shortcuts where you've got overview, office, etc., you'll see hyperlinks for both those tournaments. If you click on there, all the information for the World Cups are there, including matches being played, group standings, and qualification points, etc. So before I go, my predictions for the World Cup, I believe it is going to be South Africa versus India. Vic Deckening has done all there is to do in FTP, one of the best managers in the game, and I think he's got a pretty good nation to get them into the final, although I think South Africa are the best all-round team, and I know from experience, the best all-round team normally does well. Teams that star in certain areas normally falter when it gets to the later stages of the tournament. Also, I know Chris Gold, I've had a great rivalry with him, both in nationals and club cricket. So, my prediction is South Africa to beat India in a very closely contested final. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking with me. Those who thought this could have been improved, please let me know. In-game message, some of you know me on Facebook, on the forums, on the YouTube comment section. I'm all ears. Otherwise, so long.